Now,
sacrifice.
the most difficult people to talk to are people who have attained the state of religiousness. If you've been watching my previous videos, I have said that the state of religion or the state of religiousness is getting that point when you close doors to new realities and new truth. If you come to a place whereby your mind, like for instance, when you say Jesus is Lord, and you get to a place whereby no new realities will convince you again otherwise, now that is religion. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Jesus is not Lord, I'm just using that as an example. That is religion. Okay, so I want us to look at the issue from a commonsensical perspective. Even though today's Christians are told not to use their senses when they look at spiritual issues, that every time I talk about these issues, that is where I get a little bit inhibited. I'm inhibited when it comes to that, because how do you talk sense to people who have been told not to use their senses? It's very difficult. Now, God made the world, right? Everything in the world God made. Okay. In creating this world, there are principles which, if operated, results are achieved. When scientists take one chemical or one molecule to the library and maybe put this one to that one and they discover something. The atomic bomb was created by scientists who would have known that a little thing with compacted to the size of a cup can destroy a whole community. It's science, because science is facts, religion is faith. Now, a lot of Africans tend to believe that, okay, let me put it this way, some men of God have somehow transferred fetishism into Christianity. What exactly do I mean? In African fetishism, people give, you must offer something to the gods. Even before Christianity, in the biblical era, you make sacrifices. Maybe you give libation to the gods. You sacrifice animals to God. So you give and you expect. Because when you kill a fowl to a stone god, you assume the stone god eats it because you spill the blood. The stone god eats the blood, but the Babalawo eats the main chicken. That has gradually transformed itself into the church. So some pastors believe that God is like a deity that has long been known with our forefathers, that you have to give him in order that you receive. This particular mindset has greatly irked me so much that how do you explain a God that created money, or a God that created the sense in people to create money, or a God that created the people that created the machine that prints money, will have to demand your money before he gives you the same money that's here in this earth? If you have been watching my videos that I've spoken so much on this topic, I said the greatest mistake of man is that they try to assign our third world dimension physicalities to God. What we know here, everything we know here in this universe is what is available to us. This face, stone, water, clock, television, carpet, chair, they are physicalities available in this third world dimension. This is our third dimensional world. Now, what is not in existence in this this three-dimensional world, you will not know. You don't know. Because we are adapted to touch, to feelings, to smell, to hearing, to senses. Everything about our senses is adapted to this three-dimensional world. The creator of this three-dimensional world cannot be in this three-dimensional world. You have to be more superior than what you are creating. The man who designed the cartoon will be bigger than the cartoon. The man who paints an artwork for exhibition is greater than the artwork it creates. Or he creates, sorry. So if we are a creation, what created this creation must be bigger, more intelligent, more sophisticated than this creation we are in. We are part of the creation, and a creation cannot understand, cannot begin to explain its creator. It's like saying an artwork wants to begin to understand the one who painted the artwork. Or a cartoon character, Tom and Jerry, wants to understand the person who created the cartoon work, work, WRK. So I've said that the greatest problem with Africa or with man is trying to assign a face. Call it God, call it creator, call it Elohim or Allah or whatever. That is a different thing entirely. But the greatest mistake is we're trying to assign a face. We're trying to assign a physicality to him. Hands, legs, teeth, nose, eyes, prick, nyash. We're trying to assign those physicalities we are used to the Almighty Creator. That is where we are getting the mistake. And most of these pastors will tell you that God is one human being with white hair, like the man who said he died, he went to see God. And God was like, you can see me, he went and hugged God, and he was stammering. God has white hair, he was sitting in a chair, he was sitting. That's complete BS, if you ask me. That's complete BS. Those are when we were growing up, those were the fantasies we had when we were growing up in the barracks. As children, our fears and fantasies, our little mind trying to create objects. And the more weird, or the weirder the objects we create in our head, the more godlike it appears in our head. And we've grown up with it, believing that. And then my Bible story, the Bible story book, there used to be one book with pictures, my book of Bible stories. You remember, Ejiro? My book of Bible story, where you see God white, Jesus white, angels white, then anything devil is black, So we grew up with that mentality that whatever is black is bad. Whatever is white is good. That's why most women want to bleach their skin to become white, because white is beautiful, black is ugly, black is evil. If you are walking and you see a black robe, and by some